I was appointed by the Supreme Court in May of last year after being screened and found to be highly qualified, and or recommended by all the bar associations. I was additionally screened by a special committee of the Supreme Court, and as a result of all the vetting and the screening, I was appointed to the court in May of last year.
And you also had an opportunity to be appointed for the vacancy of
the Honorable Judge Pamela Hillville. I am appointed to sit in her seat when she retired from the bench.
Right, and many of our viewers have known her for the past 6 to 8 years. So that's
It's an honor to have her
oh,
seat.
right, absolutely. So now you made a decision, which you didn't have to, but now you're actually running.
Once you are appointed, you actually have to run in order to retain or to keep the seat. I've never been elected in an election. I was fortunate enough to be appointed by the Supreme Court, but now I have to win and be voted into that seat by the people.
Well, we're going to make sure here Talking Success to help you get your message out through CAN TV, YouTube, other social media. You have a great site, Elect Judge Buford. Is that .com?
It's Elect Judge Andrea Buford.com.
Right.
And my Facebook page is even better because it's more current. It keeps up to date on the Facebook
Right.
page. So
And
I
one
like
thing
that.
We always recommend, it was early on with social media and the internet, we used to put the www, whatever the website. Nowadays, if they just look on the screen, they'll see your name, Judge Andrea M. Buford. You put that in Google, the Facebook page is going to come up. The website is going to come up, which has a lot of good information and detail about her background and experience. And we want you to do your due diligence. We could sit here with the good judge for an hour and talk about all the great community service projects, organizations she's been involved in, but we believe it's incumbent upon you to do your due diligence. Go to Google. I forgot to ask you to get a pencil and paper and turn the TiVo on or the VHS cassette if you're still old school to record this and make a note of Judge Buford, because when you start at the bottom of the ballot, you need to make sure you don't pass by number 160.
It's very important because judges you will come across every day. You may not come across other politicians, but I can guarantee you that you will be in front of a judge, someone in your family will be in front of a judge, someone you know will be in front of a judge. So judges are very important. As he said, do your due diligence, and research the backgrounds of these judges. I think you'll find that my qualifications are stellar.
Well, I was looking at your qualification when we look at the professional experience and as well as your bar activities. You've been involved in many bar associations. So early on, when you transition from private practice, your professional experience, you started out as an associate?
I started I've got 27 years of straight litigation experience, and I started as an associate at the firm of Jones, Ware, and Grenard, which was, at the time, this country's largest predominantly minority-owned law firm, a mid-sized law firm. Well, we were the largest law firm at the time. And from there, I became a partner at that firm after a few years. When that firm dissolved, I started my own firm. Been a special assistant attorney general, special assistant corporation counsel, a federal foreclosure commissioner, and for the last 7-8 years I served as a commissioner on the Illinois Court of Claims, hearing cases that were filed against the state of Illinois and preparing opinions on those cases.
Now, with your background and experience, there are many divisions within the circuit court system. If you had a choice,
I don't know. My background is all civil. It's not criminal. Probably like to stay on the civil side, but I'd actually like to move around and try a few of the different divisions and see where I can do the most good. I sit in traffic court now. I see a lot of young people that come into traffic court with a lot of issues and problems with their licenses, and I think I am doing a good job by sitting there now, trying to help them to straighten out the issues that they have so that they can get back on the right foot again. I mean, I think it's very important that judges are respectful of the people who come in front of them and try to help them. Don't just, run them in and out. I want you to know when you come before me that I hear everything that you have to say and that I understood it, and that whatever the decision is I make, whether you win or lose, so to speak, you'll go away feeling confident in that I made the right decision.
So you're fair.
Very fair. I think that's very important, which is another reason why we need to pay attention to the judicial races.
Very, very good. So also with your community activities, I see that, at one time the Black Expo gave you a big award. You know your awards better than I do. But one that stood out to me was one organization referred to you as a super lawyer.
I am an Illinois super lawyer. I've been named an Illinois super lawyer for many years. That's an honor to be named an Illinois super lawyer. I also have an AV rating from Martindale-Hubbell, which is the best rating you can have as a practicing attorney. I mean, in addition to, I've got a lot of awards. I can't even name them all, but I have a lot of awards because I do a lot in the community.
Now, we know with TV that a lot of people surf, so I always like to kind of go with the flow and the spirit of the program. Is there anything that you want to share or with our viewers that you deem to be very, very important? Because there's a lot of important things. That's why we want our viewers to Google you and look and go to your website and go to the Facebook page, especially the Facebook page, because we'll be doing updates. I think this past weekend you might have been on the west side at a candidates forum or south at a candidates forum. So there's a lot of forums coming up. By the time they see this program, we'll be almost close to 30 days out.
We try to get around through the entire community to get the word out on who we are. I think it's important that you look at a judge's background before they went on the bench as well. You'll find out what kind of person they are. I am a past president of the Cook County Bar Association. I'm the immediate past president of the Cook County Bar Association Foundation. I was the economic development chair for the NAACP. In those roles, we had a pro bono legal clinic throughout the city. We did economic development workshops across the city. I've done a lot of work in the community, and this is way before I decided to become a judge. It's just something that I do. It's a part of who I am, and that's why you need judges such as myself on the bench.
Well, I mean, in thinking about it, when Judge Veal left the bench, it created a vacancy. The Illinois Supreme Court made a decision. It's not like you picked up the phone and said,
I want that job.
Yeah,
no.
They contacted you. So now that you were appointed to the vacancy, you have to run to maintain the seat in that vacancy, and then it'll be Judge Andrea Michele Buford's seat.
Right.
And when you move on to the appellate court or wherever God takes you, then it'll be another vacancy and somebody will be appointed. So I'm saying that I want the viewers to understand that, no disrespect to anybody else, some people go from being an attorney and make a conscious decision they want to run for judge. Where in your case, you were selected and appointed, and they all their due diligence, so you had to be super qualified. You're already a super lawyer. So it was almost like a no-brainer on that. So that's important. So if the Illinois Supreme Court thought enough of Judge Buford to appoint her to the vacancy, and now she's running, we asked you to do your due diligence. Go to Google and put in Judge Buford, and go to the website. Go to you'll see the YouTube videos too, as well as the Facebook, and do the right thing and punch, mark, tap, if you use the new touchscreen, 160.
That's right. I certainly appreciate all the support I can get from the community. We need good judges on the bench. I am one of those good judges. I ask you to please support my candidacy. Punch 160 on the ballot. You will be pleasantly surprised.
Well, I want to thank you, and for our Panhellenic Council members, and after we graduate from undergrad, the rivalries and everything. So we know that it's not a problem for, number one, the women of AKA Alpha Kappa Alpha to support Judge Buford because she is a member, upstanding member, and then the women of other sororities, DST and Zeta Phi Beta and Sigma Gamma Rho, and I'm an Alpha man, so you know she has my support based on her qualifications, not just because she's an AKA, but all people that belong to sorority and fraternity have a tendency after going an undergrad that we exemplify service and achievement and provide community service to our community. So we want to thank you for coming out and giving us the privilege and honor to interview you here on Talking Success, because our viewers know that Renald Tatum and the staff, we do our due diligence, and we're very particular about who we bring on. That's why we really shifted our focus to judges. So again, thank you,
Thank
Judge
you.
Buford.
I enjoyed it. Thank you.